This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's get to our big match, though. Randy Orton is going to win an elimination match over John Cena, Chris Jericho, Edge, Wade Barrett, and the champion, Sheamus, to take the WWE title in 21 minutes and 27 seconds. Believe it or not, Orton's the only one of the six who's cheered. Meltzer would say, in order of how loudly they were booed, from booed the most to least, it was John Cena, Jericho, Barrett, Sheamus, then Edge, who got almost no reaction. Orton immediately pinned Jericho in 1:28 with the RKO, and the match basically stopped as Jericho did a slow walkout. They teased and played it up like it was a lot more than a guy getting pinned and going to the back. There's even a Y2J chant as he leaves. And remember the stipulation, if he doesn't win the title, he's going to leave the WWE. Edge then spears Sheamus and Orton, but Cena delivers the AA to Edge and pins him at 14:59. And then the rest of Nexus hit the ring, which distracts Cena, and Barrett pins Cena after Wasteland at 18:31. Orton hits the RKO on Heath Slater and then another on Barrett for the pin at 20:31. And Sheamus immediately nails the bro kick on Orton, who then kicks out. Sheamus tries for the Iron Cross, which was formerly the Razor's Edge, but Orton escapes and hits the RKO and pins Sheamus to win the main event. He wins the world title, and it gets 3.5 stars. I liked the match. I thought it told a cool story. I think everybody was probably shocked to see Jericho lose so quickly right at the start of the match, but maybe that's what you want. You want a swerve every now and again. It is a bit of a weird crowd, though. I kind of thought they would have been hotter for some of these guys, but there's lots of boos going around. What'd you think watching this one back?
Well, at least Jericho left for a while, pretty soon after that, right?
Yeah.
So at least the stipulation was accurate. You know, they fulfilled it. You knew Jericho was going to come back. I did. I think the audience probably knew that wasn't the end of him, but he did leave for a while, I think, and maybe go on tour if my collection, if my recollection serves me right. I think him and Fozzy went out on tour for a while after that.
I think the next week they had him on Raw, and Jericho, he's going to face Randy Orton, and Orton punts him in the head, and they use this to explain his departure. I mean, he comes back a year later, but yeah, he took a year off to do some music stuff and some TV stuff and all that jazz. But yeah, this is a step they're actually going to honor.
Well, and as far as the involvement with the Nexus, no DQ anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, this is a 6-pack elimination challenge, and it is for the title. You would think that somebody somewhere would get DQ'd for all this interference, but that's not the case. And I'm sure you could poke holes in that.
Well, yeah, and I'm not, I hate to sound negative about everything, but there's just some things that can be fixed. The talent is out there busting their ass. I have no doubt, top to bottom, everybody worked hard for the allotted time that they had. Yes, I'm certainly not down, on the talent, because I was there and I saw it, and God knows they were fighting enough changes and starting and stopping and not having any TV time and their angles being cut off short. There were so many negatives, to try to get someone established that we were fighting every single week, and this is one of those situations. If it seems like to me, it's an elimination match. Okay, you get beat, you're gone. But a group of guys that are not involved in the match physically get involved. That's gotta be a DQ.
Right.
It's gotta be, or it's confusing if it's not. I do think by Cena going down as early as he did, for the naysayers of Cena and the ones that did not like him in the audience, that match took on a whole different feel then. Okay, John's out, so he's not winning. So we're not sitting here waiting on John Cena to win. He's out of the mix. So then I think it got interesting for the fans of the other guys that were left. Randy is probably the guy that should have went over for sure. And all you got to do is go by the crowd reaction. They'll tell you. And anytime you can, put the title on Randy Orton, you did the right thing, I think, under most situations.
No, I totally agree. I do wonder, do you think John Cena losing the pin to Wade Barrett, is this a month too late?
Yeah, it would have been great if they would have been pushing all along. This would have been another cog in the wheel of getting the Nexus red hot. You know, you've got that many guys, and obviously they had loosened the rules to where those guys could show up anywhere, anytime, and even if they just got bounced around, if there was contact in the match and they weren't initiating it, I think that was the way that we got out of that. But it was still confusing who punched who, you know. But those guys should have been shoved and shoved and shoved every single week. They should have just about, taken the show over. Look what it did, Conrad, for three guys with the NWO.
Yeah.
Three guys took the company over.
Yeah.
There was 80 guys probably on the roster, and three guys were able to dominate the show, take it over, control it. And it was done in a way that was smart and clever, and it made some sense. Baseball bats will ward off your average bear. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So there was a way very easily to use those numbers to just take the show over. It had been done before. It could be done again. And this was your future. For the most part, these young guys were going to be your future coming up. So shove them and shove them hard.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.